I'm afraid of my own children. My twin boys, Austin and Cole, just turned 13 last month. I threw them a party at the local arcade, got them matching bikes, the whole deal. Everything seemed normal then, but 3 weeks ago, our neighbor's cat went missing. Mrs. Palmer was crying on her porch, calling for Whiskers. My boys watched from our window, and I swear I saw Cole smile. 2 days later, I found Whiskers in our garage, dead, wrapped in one of my old work shirts. When I asked the boys about it, they both shrugged. Austin said maybe it got in through the back door and got stuck. Cole nodded along, but the garage door had been locked. I knew it had been locked. I buried the cat in our backyard at midnight so Mrs. Palmer wouldn't see. Didn't tell my wife because she was already stressed about her mom being sick. I just wanted it to go away. Last week, I came home early from work. The house was quiet, too quiet. I walked upstairs and heard whispering from Austin's room. I opened the door without knocking. Both boys were sitting on the floor with a shoebox between them. They slammed the lid shut when they saw me. "What's in the box?" I asked. "Nothing," they said together. Same tone, same blank expression. "Show me." Austin picked up the box and handed it to me. Inside was a dead bird. Its neck was twisted at a weird angle. There were small cuts on its wings. "Where did you get this?" I asked. "Found it outside," Cole said. "We were gonna bury it." I looked at the bird closer. The cuts were too clean, too deliberate. I told them to go to their rooms, separately. Austin went to the basement guest room. Cole stayed in his room upstairs. I sat in the hallway between them for 2 hours, just thinking. That night after they went to bed, I checked Austin's room. Under his mattress, I found a notebook. Pages and pages of drawings. Animals with their eyes crossed out. Stick figures lying on the ground. And on the last page, a drawing of our house with flames coming out of the windows. I didn't sleep. I sat in the living room with the notebook until sunrise. When my wife came downstairs, I showed her. She went pale. "We need to get them help," she said. But when we brought it up to the boys at breakfast, they denied everything. Austin said the notebook wasn't his. Cole said someone must have planted it. 2 days ago, I installed cameras. One in the hallway upstairs, one in the garage, one in the backyard. I didn't tell anyone, not even my wife. I just needed to know what was happening when I wasn't looking. Yesterday, I checked the footage from the backyard camera. At 2 a.m., both boys had gone outside. They were digging in the corner of the yard where I'd buried Mrs. Palmer's cat. They dug it up. Cole held the dead cat while Austin took pictures with his phone. Then they reburied it and went back inside. The whole thing took 11 minutes. I confronted them this morning, showed them the video on my laptop. They watched without blinking. When it ended, Austin looked at me and said, "We wanted to see if it was still there." "Why?" I asked. Cole answered, "To make sure you actually buried it where you said you did. They knew I'd lied to their mother. They'd been testing me. I called a family therapist, got an emergency appointment for tomorrow. But right now it's 9 p.m. and both boys are in their rooms. I put locks on the outside of their doors, the kind that need a key. My wife is at her mother's house for the night. I'm sitting in the hallway again with a baseball bat across my lap. An hour ago, I heard them whispering through the walls to each other. Their rooms are on opposite sides of the house. There's no way they should be able to hear each other. But I heard Austin say, 'He's scared now,' and Cole laughed. I checked the camera footage from today. At 4 p.m., while I was at the hardware store buying the locks, they went into the garage. The footage shows them going through my toolbox. Cole took out a hammer. Austin took a box cutter. They brought both items upstairs. I searched their rooms an hour ago. Couldn't find either tool. My phone just buzzed. Text from Austin's phone. "We know about the cameras." I didn't respond. 3 minutes later, another text from Cole's phone. "You shouldn't have locked the doors, Dad. I'm writing this from my car in the driveway." I grabbed my keys and left through the front door. Both boys are standing in Austin's window now, watching me. They're not trying to get out. They're just standing there, waiting.